In the remote northern mountains of Eastern Europe, there was a place untouched by time and mostly by choice, forgotten by the world. Crimson Hollow. A village so old it had vanished from maps, swallowed by forests and silence. Its soil was an eerie shade of red, like dried blood, as if the land itself bled from a wound that never healed. The villagers all belonged to the same lineage. Generations had passed without a single outsider joining them. To keep the blood pure, they said, but whispered among themselves the true reason, one they never dared voice aloud. In the village center stood an ancient well, sealed with an iron cage and guarded by a stone engraved in a language so old it bordered on myth. The inscription read, "They must not leave. The circle must not break." Children were warned with stories. "She lives down there," they were told, "the Hollow Woman. If you stray too close, she'll take your face." 15 years had passed since Lena left Crimson Hollow. She built a life in the city, married a foreigner, buried the past. But when her mother died, she received one final request in the will. "Scatter my ashes into the well." It sounded absurd, yet something in her compelled her to return. The road was broken, her phone had no signal, and the village hadn't changed, only rotted. Her uncle Gregor opened the door with unease the moment he saw her. "Why have you come?" he asked. "To fulfill her wish," Lena replied, holding the urn tightly. "She said the well." Gregor paled. "You must not go near that place," he hissed. "Not after marrying outside. You've already stained the bloodline." Lena rolled her eyes, but unease gnawed at her. The night air howled through crooked rooftops, and even the wind sounded like it was warning her. She stayed in the crumbling guest house. On the walls, she noticed odd red-painted symbols, circles, smudged fingerprints, like someone had dragged blood across the surface with trembling hands. At midnight, she woke up to a scream. Outside her window, something tall and silent moved past. She pulled the curtain back. There, just meters away, stood a woman. Faceless. No eyes, no mouth. Just a smooth stretch of pale skin. From her fingertips, red liquid dripped onto the earth. Lena froze as the woman turned away and began gliding toward the old well. The next morning, the village square was crowded. Lena watched in horror as a girl, barely 13, was bound and dragged toward the well. Gregor saw her and pulled her back. "Do not interfere," he warned. "We must complete the circle." The girl cried out as an old woman cut her palm. When the blood hit the stone rim of the well, the ground trembled. A voice echoed from the depths. "The offering is accepted." Lena ran to help, but was shoved to the ground. Gregor leaned in close. "Keep pushing, and you'll be next." That night, they locked her in, scratching. Then a voice. "I'm Eliza," it whispered from beyond the door. "They threw me in. Help me!" Lena looked through the cracked window. The girl from the square stood there, pale, shivering. "I saw them take you," Lena whispered. "How?" "I'm not alive," the girl said. "Every 13 years, they give her a child. But it's never enough. She always wants more." "Why are you telling me this?" "Because you're like me. Your blood is impure. You'll be next." With no one left to trust, Lena returned to the well. She pried open the cage, pushed the stone aside, and descended into darkness with only a lantern and the urn. The air was thick, the walls were wet, and the floor littered with bones. On the damp stone, ancient drawings painted in red showed a woman chained, her eyes gouged out, surrounded by people with knives. A whisper floated up from the black. "Free me!" She turned. The faceless woman stood behind her. Fingers reached for her neck. "I brought her ashes," Lena gasped. "She was your daughter." The woman froze. Lena opened the urn and poured the ashes into the soil. "Thank you," came the voice, soft, broken. Then the woman reached forward and touched Lena's forehead. Visions consumed her. A village long ago. A woman named Aynora, in love with a man from the outside. When she became pregnant, the villagers turned on her. "The bloodline must remain pure," they cried. They tore out her eyes, chained her in the well, left her to die. But her dying breath carried a curse. "Every 13 years, I will take a child, until your blood is impure, until none of you remain." The villagers began sacrificing their children to contain her rage. Lena's mother had once fled too, fell in love, got pregnant, then returned haunted. "Scatter my ashes into the well," she had said. "Let her rest." Now the circle was broken. When Lena climbed out, the villagers were waiting. Gregor raised a knife. "You must be cleansed," he snarled. But the ground split open. From the well rose red mist and rusted chains. And through it, Aynora. Our hollow socket stared straight into them. "It ends now." Her chains lashed like whips. Gregor's body was sliced in two. The others screamed, but the mist swallowed them. Only Lena remained. The ghost of Eliza appeared beside her. "You can leave now," she said. "She's finally free." Lena fled Crimson Hollow that night. But back in her apartment in the city, something stirred in the mirror. A whisper behind her. "Your blood is still here." She turned. There stood Aynora, chains clinking softly. Empty eyes. In her hand, a pregnancy test. Positive.